Before we start, let me know in the comments where you're listening from. Most people assume that successful people have everything under control. They imagine billionaires living stress-free lives, always prepared, always confident. But the truth, even the most powerful people in the world wake up at 3 a.m. staring at data that says the future is about to change in ways most people aren't ready for. And what I'm about to share isn't about business updates, product launches, or company announcements. It's about September 2025. For months, I've been tracking unusual patterns across governments, financial markets, supply chains, and even the behavior of world leaders. Patterns that on their own look strange but not alarming. But when you connect them together, the picture becomes impossible to ignore. Think about this. Government contracts being rushed forward by months, agencies that normally take years to plan suddenly moving deadlines into August. Major investors quietly pulling billions from certain sectors, while doubling down in others without a single public explanation. Global suppliers in Asia and Europe changing delivery schedules, moving up timelines, as if they know something's about to disrupt normal trade. And most concerning of all, world leaders adjusting their travel, security, and even family arrangements, like they're preparing for an event they can't talk about openly. At first, I thought maybe I was overanalyzing. I told myself it was just coincidence. But over time, the signs became too consistent, too deliberate. And that's when the hardest part began, the silence. Because what I see coming won't just affect markets or businesses. It will affect families, schools, communities, and the daily lives of millions of people. So what does the data actually point to? The first and clearest signal is food. By mid-September, supply chains will begin to break down. I'm not saying you'll walk into a grocery store and see completely empty shelves overnight, but you will start noticing gaps, fresh produce missing, certain meats unavailable, processed foods quietly disappearing, and once people notice shortages, human behavior takes over. Panic buying kicks in. People who would normally buy one bag of rice will suddenly buy 10. And that panic itself creates the very shortage everyone is afraid of. The second wave will be energy, not Hollywood-style blackouts, but rolling shortages. Imagine your electricity cutting out for a few hours every day, without warning. Gas stations running dry for days at a time. Heating systems working intermittently, just as the weather shifts into fall. And because energy powers everything, these disruptions cascade. No power means unstable communication. No communication means services can't coordinate. And suddenly, the simple act of living your daily life feels complicated, stressful, and uncertain. The third signal is what's happening at the top. Leaders and institutions are preparing quietly while the public remains in the dark. They're shifting resources, stockpiling, reorganizing travel, even protecting their families. They're not doing this because of rumors. They're doing it because they have access to information most people never see. And their behavior suggests they expect disruption. Now, I want to pause here and make something very clear. I'm not sharing this to spread fear. I'm not here to shout doom and gloom. I'm sharing this so you can prepare, because fear freezes you, but preparation empowers you. If you act early, you can protect your family, support your community, and be ready when others are caught off guard. September 2025 won't be the end of the world, but it might be the end of the world as we've known it for decades. It will test stability, test resilience, and force us to adapt. And the people who adapt quickly, the ones who prepare mentally, emotionally, and practically will not just survive, they will help shape what comes next. So what does preparation look like? It doesn't mean panic buying or living in fear. It means being intentional. Having some extra food and essentials in case shortages last longer than expected. Having backup power options or plans if energy becomes unreliable. Strengthening relationships with family, friends, and neighbors. Because in times of disruption, community becomes the strongest safety net. And maybe most importantly, preparing yourself mentally, understanding that change is coming and deciding right now how you will respond when it does. Think about it. If you're afraid of rejection, if you're afraid of failure, if you're afraid of change, how much more terrifying is it to stay stuck in the same place, unprepared, while the world shifts around you? Growth always requires discomfort. Transformation always requires courage. And this moment in history will demand both. So don't fear rejection, don't fear failure, don't fear the unknown. Use it. Step into